So sometime after 1 p.m. this afternoon, officers responded to this apartment complex in reference to a potential hazmat situation. The fire department also came out, obviously. Once the scene was cleared, we did locate a injured female. We are currently working a homicide investigation at this time.
What was the hazmat situation and what alerted people that something was wrong?
So there was an odor, a strong odor that was emanating from the incident location. It was unknown what the odor was or the chemicals were. And so as a precautionary measure, we evacuated some of the apartments. And once the odor cleared, then of course we go inside to determine what is going on at that time. At this moment, the investigation appears to be a homicide investigation.
A female that was deceased.
We did locate a female inside the apartment who was transported to the hospital. And again, it is currently a homicide investigation, yes.
Is this an adult, a child?
An adult female.
And was there anyone else there, the person that might be involved?
The individual who's responsible, we do have a subject that it is in custody, and we aren't questioning that individual at this time. Now, you can imagine it's an ongoing investigation. This is something that we just came up on today, so it's going to take some time for us to figure out all of the components of this call, but it is a homicide investigation at this time.
The person who was apprehended, were they here at the apartment complex, or where were they?
They were located a short distance from here.
Was anyone else impacted by the hazmat situation, or was it just the female inside the apartment?
No, as you can imagine, this is an apartment complex, so there's multiple buildings. The area surrounding the apartment had to be evacuated, and we did so.
And was the hazmat situation responsible for the woman's death, or was it unrelated?
No, we're investigating this as a homicide investigation right now. We have an individual who we have detained and are questioning at this time. We don't believe that there is any reason for concern by the public. So
was the odor ever a concern?
Of course, of course. As you can imagine, you enter a scene, you have first responders that are coming in, and some of them did have an issue with the odor. Of course, we became concerned at that time as to what it was, not knowing what the chemicals that you're dealing with. So again, those individuals were taken out of the scene, as well as individuals within the apartment complex were removed until we could determine it was safe.
And I'm sorry, do you know what that odor?
We do not know at this time.
No,
sir.
Okay.
Was anyone else taken to the hospital or checked out because of the hazmat situation?
Several first responders were, yes.
First responders.
Yes.
Are they okay?
They are okay at this time.
And I know this was asked already, but I just want to ask one more time and clarify. So at this point, you do not believe that the homicide is connected to that odor?
The odor was coming from the apartment in which this incident originated. And so it is, in essence, a part of the crime scene. Obviously we're in the investigation part of the case, and so we have to determine what happened when, and that is what is taking place right now.
I guess to ask it another way, just so we're sure we understand, was the person killed by some sort of chemical, or were they killed and the chemical was just...
The person was not killed by the chemical, but you understand we don't know that right now. Yeah. There's certain things that we need to determine, right?
Okay.
And so when we get to a crime scene, someone is injured, we immediately remove that individual, and so there are things that take place after. We need to utilize those things to determine what is someone's cause of death.
Gotcha.
And she was pronounced at the hospital or on scene?
That is correct.
Do we know if that the suspect lived in that same apartment with her?
I do not
or
know.
If that was
I
her
do not
apartment.
know.
We don't know.
I can tell you it's some kind of domestic relation. Do not know whether this person lived there or not.
The people who were evacuated from the surrounding units, are they allowed back yet, or?
Not as of right now. Understand, or when something like this happens, we're looking in the surrounding area for evidence, whether it be weapons or chemicals, blood, things of this nature. We're trying to keep the scene as clean as possible and looking for any potential evidence before we let people back.
And did you mention that a number of people that were evacuated? How many other apartments? Do you know that?
I don't know. No.
Several?
Many. Whatever would have been in the immediate area of the apartment.
The person who was arrested, was Were she found in a car? Were they on foot? Were they in a car? Were they in a home?
The individual was found a short distance from here on foot.
And have they been arrested, or they're just being questioned right now?
Right now, they're being detained and questioned.